95% of your mind is on autopilot here, how to take control before morning ends. This is written for voiceover, retention, psychology, and viral packing. You can split it into chapters, parts, or even a series. 95% of your mind is on autopilot. Here, how to take control before morning ends. Introduction hook 0000130. Right now, as you're watching this, your mind is not fully yours. In fact, up to 95% of your thoughts, decisions, reactions, and behaviors today were decided before you even woke up. You didn't choose them. You didn't plan them. You're simply running a program. A program written by past habits, emotional memories, fears you didn't resolve, and routines you repeat every morning without thinking. Most people believe they are conscious beings making free choices. Science says otherwise. According to neuroscientists and behavioral psychologists, only about 5% of your daily actions are controlled by your conscious mind. The rest, autopilot. And here's the scary part. Backhand index pointing right. If you don't take control before morning ends, your day is already lost. In this video you'll learn what autopilot really means, why mornings are the most dangerous time for your mind, how your brain gets hijacked before 10 a.m., and a step-by-step system to take control before it's too late. This is not motivation. This is mental warfare. Stay till the end because once you see this, you won't be able to unsee it. Part 1: What autopilot really is. 13800. Autopilot doesn't mean laziness. It doesn't mean weakness. It means efficiency. Your brain is a survival machine. Every decision costs energy. So your brain saves energy by turning repeated behaviors into automatic patterns. Think about it. You don't decide how to brush your teeth. You don't consciously choose how to walk. You don't think about which app you open first. Your brain already decided long ago. These patterns live in the subconscious mind. The subconscious is faster than logic, emotional not rational, pattern-based, and extremely powerful. It controls habits, emotional reactions, self-image, confidence, procrastination, addictions, and even how much money you believe you deserve. The conscious mind is slow. The subconscious mind is fast. That's why you know what to do but still don't do it. That's autopilot. Part 2: Why mornings are so dangerous. 8:00-15:00. The first 60-120 minutes after waking are the most important mental window of your entire day. Why? Because when you wake up, your brain is still in alpha and theta brainwave states. These are the same states used in hypnosis, meditation, deep learning, childhood programming. In simple words, backhand index pointing right, your mind is wide open. This is when beliefs are reinforced, habits are locked in, emotional tone of the day is set. Now here's the problem. Most people waste this window. They wake up and immediately check their phone, scroll social media, read bad news, reply to messages, react instead of create. The moment you do that, your brain hands control to the external world. Your mind goes from I choose to I react. And once that happens, autopilot takes over for the rest of the day. Part 3: How your brain gets hijacked before 10 a.m. 15:00-25:00. Let's break it down step by step. Step 1: Emotional carryover. Your brain wakes up with yesterday's unresolved emotions. Stress, fear, regret, anger. If you don't consciously reset, those emotions silently guide your behavior. Step 2: Dopamine hijack. Checking your phone releases dopamine. Not motivation dopamine. Cheap dopamine. Your brain learns. Why work when scrolling feels good? This weakens discipline before the day even starts. Step 3: Identity lock-in. Your brain asks one question every morning. Who am I today? If you wake up rushed, distracted, or anxious, your brain answers, I am overwhelmed. And then it proves that identity all day long. Part 4: The lie of willpower. 25:00-33:00. Most people think they need more willpower. They don't. Willpower is like a battery, it drains fast. Autopilot doesn't drain, it runs endlessly. That's why successful people don't rely on motivation, they design their mornings. They don't fight their brain, they program it. Part 5, the before 10 a.m. control system 33005500. Now let's get into the solution. This is a 4-phase system to take control of your mind before morning ends. Phase 1, stop the hijack first 10 minutes. Rule 1, no phone, no news, no notifications. The first input becomes the dominant thought loop of the day. Instead, sit up, take 5 slow breaths. Tell yourself, I am awake, I am in control. Sounds simple, but this interrupts autopilot. Phase 2, reclaim identity, next 10-15 minutes. Your brain needs direction. Ask yourself, who do I choose to be today? What kind of person handles today well? What matters most today? Say it out loud. Identity shapes behavior. Phase 3, body first, mind follows, next 15-30 minutes. Movement changes brain chemistry. You don't need a workout, you need activation. Stretching, walking, light exercise. This tells your brain, we are alive, we are moving forward. Depression, anxiety, and laziness cannot survive movement. Phase 4, one intentional action before 10 a.m. Before 10 a.m., do one thing that moves your life forward. Just one. Writing, studying, planning, learning, building. This creates a win loop. Your brain says, we are productive. And then it keeps proving it. Part 6, why most people fail 55006500. They try to change everything at once. Autopilot doesn't break with force, it breaks with consistency. Small daily control beats massive motivation. Part 7, reprogramming the subconscious 65008000. Repetition creates belief. What you do every morning becomes who you are. After 30 days, your stress lowers, focus increases, discipline becomes natural. Not because you tried harder, but because your brain learned a new default. Part 8, the scary truth 80008700. Most people will never do this. They will wake up tomorrow, scroll, react, complain, repeat. Not because they're stupid. Because autopilot is comfortable. But now you know. And once you know, you're responsible. Conclusion 87009000. Your life is not controlled by luck. It's controlled by mornings. Before 10 a.m. Your mind is flexible. Your habits are moldable. Your future is negotiable. Take control early, or autopilot will decide for you. Remember, you don't need a perfect life. You need a controlled morning. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because someone else is waking up tomorrow without control. Science says your brain is most vulnerable before 10 a.m. Miss this morning habit, and your subconscious runs your life. This script is structured for maximum retention, slow burn, and authority tone. You can split it into multiple parts if needed, but the flow is continuous. Science says your brain is most vulnerable before 10 a.m. Miss this morning habit, and your subconscious runs your life. Introduction, the uncomfortable truth 00000. Every single morning, before the clock hits 10 a.m., a silent battle takes place inside your brain. You don't see it. You don't feel it happening. But it decides everything. What you focus on. How you react. Whether you take action or procrastinate. Whether you move closer to your goals or repeat the same mistakes again. And here's the shocking part. Bekind Undux Puntung Rut science says your brain is most vulnerable in the morning. Not weak. Not tired. Vulnerable. And if you miss one specific morning habit, your subconscious mind takes control for the rest of the day. In this video you'll learn why mornings reprogram your brain without permission, how your subconscious hijacks your life before you're fully awake, what science really says about brain vulnerability, and the one habit that decides who controls your life, you or your subconscious. Watch this till the end because once you understand this, you can never wake up the same way again. Part 1, What vulnerable really means ta 00 ton 00. When scientists say the brain is vulnerable, they don't mean fragile. They mean open to influence. In the morning, your brain is transitioning between sleep and full wakefulness. During this time, your brain operates in theta waves, deep subconscious learning; alpha waves, suggestibility and imagination. These are the same brain states used in hypnosis, deep meditation, childhood learning, trauma imprinting. This is why children learn faster than adults. And this is why your mornings matter more than your nights. Your logical brain, the prefrontal cortex, is still warming up. Meanwhile, your subconscious is fully active. That means emotions dominate logic. Habits overpower intentions. Past patterns override future plans. This is not philosophy. This is neuroscience. Part 2, The subconscious, the real driver ton 002000. Your subconscious mind controls 95% of your daily behavior. Emotional reactions, self-image, fear responses, confidence, habits. The conscious mind makes plans. The subconscious executes reality. That's why you promise to change. You feel motivated at night, but wake up and do the same things again. Your subconscious doesn't care about motivation. It cares about familiarity. And every morning it asks one question: what kind of life are we running today? If you don't answer that question consciously, your past answers repeat automatically. Part 3, Why before 10 a.m. is critical 20:00:30:00. Research in chronobiology shows that the first 2-3 hours after waking set the neurological tone for the entire day. This is when cortisol peaks, dopamine systems reset, emotional memory activates. Cortisol is not the enemy. It's a focus hormone. But when misused, it becomes anxiety. If your first inputs are phone notifications, bad news, stress, comparison, urgency, your brain learns the world is a threat, and it stays in survival mode all day. That's why people feel busy but unproductive, alert but unfocused, tired before noon. Part 4, The morning habit most people miss 30:00:00. Here's the habit most people skip and pay for all day. Bekind undux puntung rut intentional mental direction. Most people wake up and react. They don't decide what matters, what kind of person they'll be, what deserves attention. Reaction hands control to the subconscious. Direction gives control to consciousness. If you don't consciously set a direction, your subconscious defaults to fear, comfort, distraction, old habits. Part 5, How the subconscious takes over your life 00:55:00. Let's be honest. Your subconscious is not evil. It's protective. It wants comfort, certainty, familiarity. Growth threatens all three. So when you skip conscious morning control, your subconscious avoids discomfort, delays action, chooses distraction, repeats yesterday. This is why you scroll instead of start. You delay instead of decide. You plan instead of act. Not because you're lazy. Because your subconscious is running the show. Part 6, The Science of Morning Programming 50:00:70:00. Studies show that repetition plus emotion programs the subconscious. Morning routines work not because they're magical, but because they're repeated during vulnerability. What you think repeatedly in the morning becomes belief. What you feel repeatedly in the morning becomes identity. What you do repeatedly in the morning becomes destiny. This is why elite performers protect their mornings like gold. Part 7, The One Habit That Changes Everything 70:00:00. Here it is. The habit that decides control. Bekind undux puntung rut before 10 a.m. Consciously choose one intentional action aligned with your future self. Not 10 actions. Not perfection. 1. It can be writing 1 page, reading 5 minutes, walking, planning, learning. This sends a signal to your brain. I decide the direction. Once that signal is sent, the subconscious follows. Part 8, Why this feels hard. At first uti ta, zara zara uti 7 zara zara. Because autopilot resists change. The brain hates uncertainty. But after 7 days, resistance fades. After 30 days, it becomes normal. After 60 days, it becomes identity. You stop forcing discipline, you become disciplined. Conclusion, the final warning, uti 7, zara zara nunti zara zara. Before 10 a.m., your brain is listening. After that, it's executing. Miss the morning, and your subconscious runs your life. Control the morning, and you control the direction of your future. Remember this. Your life does not change when you feel motivated. It changes when you stop letting your subconscious decide for you. Tomorrow morning, before 10 a.m., you get one chance. Don't waste it. Wake up wrong, live wrong, how mornings control 95% of your mind. This is designed for high retention, slow storytelling, psychology plus neuroscience, and authority voiceover. You can publish it as one long video or split it into parts. Wake up wrong, live wrong. How mornings control 95% of your mind. Introduction, the day is decided before it begins 0:00:2:00. Most people believe their life is shaped by big decisions. Career choices, relationships, money moves, turning points. But science tells a different story. Your life is shaped by something far smaller and far more dangerous. Your morning. Because by the time most people realize they're awake, 95% of their mind is already in control mode, autopilot mode. And if you wake up wrong, you don't just have a bad morning. You live wrong. You think wrong. You react wrong. You repeat the same patterns again without knowing why. This video is about the hidden power of mornings, the psychology behind autopilot behavior, and how the first hours after waking silently control your entire life. Watch carefully because once you understand this, you'll never wake up the same way again. Part 1, The Myth of Free Will 2001000. We like to believe we are in control, that we choose what we do, that we decide how we feel, that our actions are intentional. But neuroscience shows something uncomfortable. Backhand index pointing right, most of what you do is automatic. Your brain is a prediction machine. It doesn't ask, what do I want to do today? It asks, what did we do last time? This is efficient for survival, but dangerous for growth. Habits replace thinking. Patterns replace choice. Autopilot replaces awareness. And autopilot is strongest in the morning. Part 2, What Waking Up Wrong Really Means. 10:00:20:00. Waking up wrong doesn't mean waking up late. It means waking up unconsciously. When you wake up and immediately grab your phone, check notifications, scroll social media, rush into stress, replay yesterday's worries, you are not starting your day. You are continuing yesterday on repeat. Your brain hasn't switched into conscious mode yet. Your subconscious is still dominant. That means emotions lead, habits decide, old beliefs control reactions. This is the danger zone. Part 3, The Science Behind Morning Control 20:00:35:00. When you wake up, your brain is transitioning through theta waves, deep subconscious activity, alpha waves, high suggestibility. Your logical brain, the prefrontal cortex, is not fully online yet. This is why emotions feel stronger in the morning. Anxiety hits before logic. Motivation feels unstable. Your brain is open to programming. Just like a child, just like hypnosis, just like deep learning. And whatever you feed it first becomes the operating system for the day. Part 4, How 95% of your mind takes over 35:00:50:00. The subconscious mind controls habits, emotional reactions, identity, self-confidence, fear, procrastination. It runs silently. And every morning it asks one question. Is today safe or threatening? If your first inputs are urgency, comparison, noise, negativity, Your brain chooses survival mode. In survival mode, you react instead of create. You avoid discomfort. You delay important work. You seek easy dopamine. This is how days slip away. Part 5: Why Willpower Fails Every Day. 50 Most people blame themselves. I'm lazy. I lack discipline. I need motivation. But willpower was never the problem. Willpower is conscious. Autopilot is subconscious. And subconscious always wins. You don't beat autopilot with effort. You beat it with environment and timing. That timing is the morning. Part 6: How Wrong Mornings Create Wrong Lives. 60 One bad morning doesn't ruin a life. But repeated mornings do. When you wake up wrong every day, stress becomes normal. Distraction becomes habit. Dissatisfaction becomes identity. Years pass, potential fades, life feels stuck. Not because of one big failure, but because of thousands of unconscious mornings. This is how people wake up at 40 and say, I don't know how I got here. They do. They just don't remember the mornings. Part 7: The Moment You Take Control. 75 Control doesn't come from changing your whole life. It comes from changing the first 60 minutes. Before the world touches your mind, you must touch your mind first. That means no phone immediately. No reaction. No outside noise. Instead, breathe. Sit in silence. Decide who you will be today. Then do one intentional action before 10 a.m. One action aligned with your future. This sends a signal to your brain. I'm in charge. And when the conscious mind leads early, the subconscious follows all day. Part 8: Why This Feels Uncomfortable. 85 Because autopilot resists change. Because silence feels strange. Because awareness feels effortful. But discomfort is not danger. It's rewiring. After a few weeks, mornings feel calmer. Focus increases. Discipline feels natural. Not because life changed, but because you did. Conclusion: The final truth. 90 You don't live the way you want. You live the way you wake up. Wake up wrong, and your mind runs your life. Wake up right, and your life slowly bends in your direction. Remember this: your future is not built in big moments. It's built in quiet mornings when no one is watching. Tomorrow morning, you get another chance. Don't give it away. If you want